Hi all, right back with more Fields of Fire and the Normandy campaign. This is mission 1, Trevieres Offensive. This is my take 2 part 13. I'm just straight back there actually. I copied that part across. Just putting it together just now. And posted that question just maybe find out, well, like I say, you never know, well, what we're talking about. I've just started a video recording, Grant. Just looking at the change between, there's a couple of rally actions that require a platoon HQ, whereas previously they required any HQ or staff before. And I was just to, double check that was correct, and maybe ask the question as to why that had been. There might be a good reason. It was maybe a bit too easy to carry out these rally actions. Obviously, if any HQ can do it, it clearly is going to be trickier to achieve. You're not, your XO, your first sergeant, and your CO, to be honest, are not, going by that, they're not allowed to do it. The originator has to be the platoon HQ. And it was the paralysed team to the litter team, and also a fire team to an assault team. So, but I've not given much time for more than likely Andrew to come back with some reply there. So, and I want to go on. I want to play some more. So we're just gonna have to let that go, I guess. I could draw my general. We're at the general initiative stage. So, I did leave my marker at the CO staff impulse in case I found out I was allowed to do this. Let's just draw for general initiative first and see what we get. So this is an unmodified small number, right? Well, there you go. I've drawn that a few times on this, haven't I? So much for the possibility of this guy moving up and any of this action happening. Well, what it does let me do is kill, sort of stall a little bit more, because until I can't do it, until things are changing and I need to deal with it, I'm still going to have reserved the right to have my first sergeant not under this cover marker exposed in here, and but you've just drawn a card, Grant. That, you know what that does. Well, I've done it already, I've done it already. To be honest, he would be drawing, 3 cards to try and rally, wouldn't he? Because he's veteran. I'm gonna. I don't want to just stop and wait on somebody telling me the answer. I want to go on with the game, but I would like to be able to carry out that action. So, maybe just leave it. Well, hopefully, I say hopefully the answer comes back. Yeah, I suppose, hopefully the answer comes, because I don't want these guys to have spent all this time doing this rulebook and then find out that there is a couple of mistakes that need, clearing up. I hope that is right, and I hope there's just, that there's a reason that they've done it. Maybe they felt that was too easy, and let's make it a bit harder, but hopefully I'll get something. Right, well, we'll just move on and leave it then. Like I say, unless I feel like I can still do it if I got the answer back saying, oh, that is a glitch and you can do that with your first sergeant, then I might come back to it. Right, that's our general initiative done. That was kind of quick and painful. Right, so over at the enemy higher HQ event segment, we draw a no event. So, enemy activity check segment, there is no enemies on the map. Capture segment, capture any paralysed alert team, no, they didn't have any of that. Retreat unpinned paralysed teams under VOFs, no. Our paralysed teams are not under VOFs, so that's fine as well. No combat and vehicle movement, no. Fire mission update, remove existing incoming. So that's going to come off. Now, we still have small arms fire for that, and we're playing a wee game here to create contact rather than no contact. Yeah, I'm hoping somebody's going to give me a thematic reason behind us doing that gets me out of the hole that I've dug for myself. Trying to play around something. So that fire mission update segment, right? Potential contact. Well, here we go. That's why we've done this, to make this a little bit in our favour that the contact might not appear, because if we had no contact right now, it would be for a B type of PC marker, it would be an automatic contact. However, because we are creating the contact situation, it is going to be a 5-card draw, and that'll just be for the first one. Then we'll see. We might end up with engage then, and that would be even better. And we move down to 3 cards. So, well, to stand a chance of that, we really want this contact resolved first, don't we? Because if this one's resolved first, the unit's going to be firing on this guy, which has already got a VOF. If this is resolved first, then we might have a case where there's 2 of our units on different cards with VOFs, and then that will be engaged. Then we're only drawing 3 cards for that one. So that's kind of what we're looking for. Well, I'd like to just draw 5 cards twice and not find a contact. That would be even better. But that'd be a bit boring. Okay, that'd be a bit boring. It would be. I mean, I was disappointed in that last playthrough when we just couldn't draw a contact at all. Well, the last one we got away with here, and that was 7-card draw. So we're going to have to randomise between these 2 first, aren't we? So this is a 1, this is a 2. They're both Bs, so this is a 1, this is a 2. We kind of want a 1 result here. So here we go. On a 2, and what do you know? We get a 2 result. Great. Okay. So it is going to be this one that's resolved first. It is a B. We are at contact. So it is just going to be, it's not going to be automatic. It's going to be a 5-card draw. Just looking at that card that we just drew for that, and it said cover on it, so it did not say contact. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards off the top looking for contact. No. Okay, well, that's really good, but annoying because we've still got the small. Well, it would have been automatic. Remember, Grant? That's why you played round about it. Okay, so no contact there. This potential contact B marker can come away. And we're going to check this one now. It's going to be the same. It's going to be a 5-card draw. Well, so that would be the last 3, 4, 5. And then, if we get through this, it means the last 11 cards have been not with contact on it. But I don't think I've not been through the deck and found out how many instances of this are and cover and rally and whatever. I've not done that, but it does seem to be contact's a little scarcer, maybe. I'm sure somebody's been through there and done the calculations and whatever. Right, so our second attempt, potential contact B. Let's see, here we go. No. Well, there you are. There's 11 cards gone by without the word contact in it. So our ploy worked there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Wow, there's 25 cards here in the discard pile. Not one of them have contact on them. 25 cards, that's half the deck. Not one of them have the word contact. So I've either got really lucky and the other 25 have got the word contact in it, or obviously there's not that many instances of it, or not as many, but okay, well, yeah, I kind of wanted something. I did want something. It's a shame that, to be honest. I mean, okay, I've been struggling through this mission, so I probably should feel more relief with that, but yeah, I did feel a bit, give me something at least. But it's not. I should be happy about that, but there you go. Okay, so no contact. Pinned recovery, remove pin markers. I don't think we've got any pin markers. No, we do not. Right, combat effects. Well, there is one because we're firing on our unit still. And I'm pretty sure that's right. We ceasefired there, and we ceasefired there, but we did not give a ceasefire order to these guys. These guys still think that there's enemies in that card, and they're carrying on firing. They can't quite see whose they are, and they're just bashing on. Because their dumb platoon HQs not realised that you should be given a ceasefire order, and they're just firing. Something like that. So, right, draw for, well, we're going to determine his NCM. So, well, he's exposed. He is under trenches, though. So, trenches are +2. He's getting +1 from the actual Orchard Grove. So, +3, -2 for the exposed is a +1. And then the fire of small arms, which is 0. So, he's getting a +1. So, here we go. On a +1, we get a pin. Okay, we can live with that. Yeah, the fact that there was no enemy appeared, I think we can live with that quite comfortably. So I'll put the pin marker, and again, I think maybe having the trench, like the cover underneath the pin marker as well, is probably a better way of doing it. But I think I might change things about a little to do that. So that's all the combat. Clean up, so I'm going to remove exposed. There's nothing else to remove. Evacuate casualties, no. Well, I tell you what, we're things are rather smooth now. Yeah. So it's not enemies firing at cars, there's no enemies. Adjust VOF, PDF and activity levels. Still contact because we have this. Nothing to adjust here. Because they still want to fire at this card with small arms. So I just need to remove the exposed markers. Okay, so there we are. Right, I think I can relax now. I feel like I can relax. We have completed our mission goals. I mean, we do have 2 turns to go, so don't let's not get too carried away. But our mission goals were occupy and clear of enemy forces the primary and secondary objectives. Occupy and clear or secure. I don't know why it doesn't just say secure. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't think anybody said that's because of this, Grant. But I think occupy. We need to occupy it. It needs to be clear. I think that's the definition of secure. But anyway, primary and secondary objective and clear. So these are the ones we don't need to occupy, we just need to clear. Clear rows 1 and 2 of any enemy forces. And clear means if it's a PC marker on it, it needs to have come off. And there's no enemies on it. So these are all clear. These 2 are occupied and cleared. So we're good. So unless a counter-attack comes along, we're sitting comfortably. Now, we now want to spend these next 2 turns trying to do... Well, we'd probably want to clear these because they are worth another 2 points each, maybe, or 1 point each. That's just 1. Yeah. These are worth another 1 experience points each. Now, you might say, well, you don't need to go and get them, Grant. Why bother? But we've got an assault team sitting here, which could move into these trenches, and we've got an assault team sitting here, which, like either 2nd Platoon HQ or 3rd Platoon HQ, platoon move up into here, give an order for that assault team across, maybe even get the 1st Sergeant to come across and give him an order up there. I think I'll probably do something like that, see what's what. Whether we'll keep the small arms on here still going to try and game that even more. That's bad. I feel bad. I do. Should be doing that. Because it just shows you that worked there. That was not an automatic result. Hopefully I've not blundered that. maybe I have done something wrong, because it does feel a bit naughty, but I think it was done properly, he says. Well, we shall see. Okay, well, that's the turnover, isn't it? We've moved our exposed markers off. Yeah, well, you know what? Tonight we might actually get to the end of this. That's us on to game turn 9. So 2 turns to go. No enemies on the map. And, well, other things we might want to do. Put these paralysed teams together. The second platoon HQ is fine. He's not in cover. However, the third platoon HQ is under cover here. So he's got to come out of the cover to do that. But, well, yeah. And if we can get the paralysed team to a litter team, attempt to get the litter team to a assault team, is it? No, a fire team. And then try and put some of the squads back together. Basically try and put the steps back into the squads before the end, or then it might end up being a bit trickier. Still holding on to an aligned squad, it might drop the quality of it to green, maybe. I think, or certain things like that. Right, well, I can't cut the video yet, so might as well push on. Wait a minute. There was one other bit. I jumped through that, actually. Yeah, in the capture segment, enemy casualties on unoccupied. Right, I just read that in a different way there, but then that doesn't make sense. I just started reading that. I've read this a few times and I've asked the question, and I'm sure Andrew's going to come back with something when he sees the bit I'm talking about it. I just read that in a way differently there to myself. Enemy casualties on unoccupied and friendly occupied cards. But then that doesn't make sense, does it? What I was reading this before as enemy casualties on unoccupied, right? And friendly occupied. Like 2 separate things. Unoccupied and friendly occupied. Well, actually, this one is going to work anyway, Grant, because we have friendlies on this card anyway. The whole thing was, saying unoccupied, and I was getting to capture them. That just didn't feel right. So I've skipped by that, actually, because this unit was up here, and there was 2 casualties that we could capture. So let me just, what is it? What's the rule again? 8.15.1, actually, isn't it? That's the one I've seen that needed a 0.1 at the end. Not a biggie, but inoffensive mission. Enemy casualties are automatically captured if their card is unoccupied, and then in brackets, I should show you it. Although I'm pretty sure I've showed it before. Enemy casualties are automatically captured if their card is unoccupied, no other enemy units or PC markers, or friendly occupied. Yeah, well, it does say or there, so it's either or. In that phase, become captured. So that's it. There's no more to it. I just find it strange that if this US unit was not here, that they would still be captured. That's the bit. So I'm going to take these away. I should have done that earlier. Now, I'm not going to put a blue cube on top of them, because my belief is that they are definitely captured. However, I still have that other one there, sorry, glare there, with a blue cube on top. That would be sitting out here, and I'll put that back out there if in fact, you know what, just so I complete things, I'll leave a blue cube there as well. So that's where that guy should be. If for some reason Andrew or anybody else comes back and says, no, it doesn't mean that, you don't get to capture that if it's unoccupied. But that's the way I'm reading that, but that could just be the way I'm reading it. Right, okay, so I'm just going to move on with the next turn then. Yeah. So we are at the start of the turn, Grant. So you're going to draw for a friendly higher HQ event. Yes. and there's not one. So we're going to, the BNHQ is not on the map, so we're going to activate the COHQ. He's got one saved command. He's back there in the woods on his own. Well, I know you're not seeing that, but I'll just draw the card first, I think. He's not under cover. Yeah, see, if we drop back to no contact, they would have getting that +1. So that's the downside to that nonsense. However, that card, it's still firing there, and I think that's right. It's not going to cease fire until we tell it to, or somebody tells it to. Yeah, well, you're going to be at the same position if you leave that on or not. Right, okay, let's draw a card for the COHQ. So he's going to get a -1. Dear. So he gets a guaranteed 1. So that bumps him up to 2. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all, because he really kind of needs to move. Oh, that's horrible, actually. Well, at least he can activate the second platoon HQ. So he's got 2 commands, and, well, in actual fact, the XO's undercover now as well. So he can only activate second platoon HQ. Sorry, I should probably bring it down to have a look. Just the XO's under this cover as well with the first platoon HQ. The third platoon HQ is undercover. The first sergeant's undercover. Remember, he doesn't have a radio though. And however, the second platoon HQ is not undercover and within line of sight. So he's the only one we can activate. Now the other command I could use is moving the COHQ up, and I think I kind of have to do that. Do we put him under the foxholes? I don't think we do. I just this the whole cover thing is a bit I don't know. Well, it makes it harder, yeah. And I'm definitely sure now that I never played it that way in the past. So I've learnt something new. Right, so we're going to activate second platoon HQ, and that's the only one we can activate. And I guess he's going to move. Well, should you leave him there in case you get initiative? Nah, I don't know. I probably should. If I happen to get like 4 initiative commands, general initiative commands, then I could use one of them to move the COHQ. If I don't, then next turn, at least I've still got one. I've got the command saved anyway, and I can spend that to move the COHQ before I then activate my platoons. Okay, so makes some sense. Unlikely that I'm going to be able to get away with that, but I'm as well saving it rather than moving the COHQ. Okay, so we need 4 little blue cubes. Do we need to bother? Well, I'm as well sticking with this. Right, okay, so the 4 will have to be in the initiative impulse. But second platoon HQ is not undercover, so he's going to get a -1 to this. So he only gets 1 command. Come on, we're back to turn 9 again. Part 9 video. I think I was just like dragging myself along. He's got 1. Yeah, he didn't have anything saved. Oh, that's awful. Can't. Well, it's just as well we've maybe got things done, I think, because do we? What was I? Well, I was thinking the first sergeant could maybe do this because he's got 4 commands. He is under this cover. Where's the other? Yeah, assault team's up here, isn't it? Oh yeah, I was hoping third platoon. Yeah, because second platoon's not going to do it now. In fact, third platoon's got 2 saved commands. Yeah, okay. Well, that's going to cease fire, isn't it? Because when they move up to there, they're then not going to fire. I'm pretty sure that's right. Even though they're firing on that card, if they move up to there, they don't continue just firing on that card because they can. They stop and have a look and realise that, wait now, there's not an enemy unit in there, and they cease fire. Pretty sure that's right. So, second platoon HQ is doing nothing, or should we try and attempt to rally them, the paralysed unit? Maybe, but this, yeah. I mean, no. Yes, I do want it because the sergeant can't do it. Well, this is what it says in the rules. However, if we were to rally him, and that's an auto rally to a litter team, then we can use the first sergeant to do that. That does make me wonder. There must be a good reason for it, or it's an error. Okay, let's have a glance in case we have had a response yet. No, nothing doing. So, yeah, I think we'll use that second platoon because it has to be. Well, again, I can only go by what it says in the rulebook. It has to be the platoon HQ that carries out this rally action. So I'm going to spend his one and only command to rally that paralysed unit, and just to show you, yeah, again, attempt to convert a paralysed team to a litter team. It costs 1. It's auto if there's no VOF. There's no VOF, so it is going to be auto. Originator, platoon HQ. Is this right? Is it wrong? What's the reason? Okay, any unpinned paralysed team is a recipient. And yeah, it just gives you the information there about how to do it and whatever. So it is an auto rally for us. Remember, these are not undercover or anything like that. He's able to communicate, so he's able to rally that to a litter team. I'll go and find one of them. Okay, so he's been rallied to a litter team. Now, if we had more commands, we would be able to attempt to rally him from a litter team to a fire team. However, the first sergeant is allowed to do that according to the rules, so we should be able to. Unfortunately, he's undercover, so I probably should have left him out of cover no matter what anyway, but however, that's past now. So yeah, and it's a separate rally action every time, you know. However, to try and then do them from a fire team to an assault team, again, that's going to be the platoon HQ. See, I can kind of understand that one, because you want him to be an assault team before you put him back into the squad, because he's a line quality assault team, whereas he's only green when he's a fire team. So I can kind of understand that one. I'm just not sure why the paralysed team to litter team one is the same as well. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Right, well that's our what is it? Activation segment done. So now we're moving on to the impulse. We've got 2 platoons to activate, first and third. They're both undercover though, so that's good. Yeah, third wants to move up to there, wants to command that assault team to go into there. Also wouldn't mind. Sorry, I'm not showing you any of that. Yeah, I think third wants the platoon move up to here, I think. And wants to send that assault team into there. But he would like to maybe try and do something with us first. He's got to come out of the cover though. Yuck. And that way he can't. Yeah, that's horrible as well. Because if I want to platoon move, I've got to do it from undercover so that everybody moves, and that moves myself as well. If I want to try and fix this paralysed team, I've got to come out of the cover, which exposes me. Then try and put the paralysed team together. Then I can't command the units under the cover to do the platoon move. And the fact I'm exposed, I wouldn't be able to move myself. yeah, that's a bit of a mess. Okay, another one's first platoon. Well, yeah, they've got a fire team in there beside them. We've got this casualty as well, and the COHQ was going to move up. I would think if we get spare commands for the COHQ to maybe create a casualty collection point there, and in the last turn, maybe get the casualties across. What's that one about the litter team? No, it needs to be on a VOF, innit? Yeah. Well, I suppose that's quite good. That fire team there could pick that casualty up, so we might just leave that there. Although, if we get enough commands, he is undercover, so give him an order to pick the casualty up. Can he do that because he's undercover and the casualty is not undercover? Or is the casualty undercover? I guess it's not. So that means I can't really do that, can I? Yeah. Yeah, there's still things catching me out, make me wonder and challenging me, and yeah, well, I knew this. I knew it was still going to be a tough play through this game, playing this game, because even though there's a new rule set out there, it's a complex game and there's going to be things to catch it. I just love the fact that I'm getting the answers when I ask them. And it's from the guys that have been doing the rulebook. So you know, it's not just some random that thinks it should be played this way. It's the guys that are rewriting the rules and adjusting the rules and cleaning the rules up and whatever. So it feels Grant losing his words again. It feels official. That's it. It feels official, you know. Right, so... Right, well, I'll do 3rd Platoon HQ first then, I think. Yeah, okay, I'll do 3rd Platoon HQ first. So I'm going to take that wee cube off. He is undercover, so it's a +1, -1, so it's a small number, however. Oh, and it's a 3. That was a good one. Right, so he had 2 already as well, so he's got 5. Right, that's good. Problem is he can't. You can move on a card while you're exposed. So what I think, I would double check this, but I'm pretty sure if he come out of cover, that's one command. He could then attempt to convert this to a litter team. Well, in fact, it's not an attempt, it's an automatic. That's 2 commands. He could then move back under the foxholes, that's 3 commands, and then he could platoon move the platoon up to there, and that would be 5 commands. However, my guess is he would not be able to do it because he'd be left behind exposed. Maybe he can't even do that. I don't know. I'm not sure, and I'm not going to go there. Whether somebody wants to try and work that one out for me. I'm just going to platoon move because we want to grab that assault team and shove him across as well. So we're going to platoon move onto that card. That's going to cost me 2 actions. I'm going to have 3 left. Okay, that's done. So they're all under the exposed marker. Remember, this is not a fire team. This is my 3rd bazooka counter or a proxy for it because I can't find our one. So they're all exposed on our objective number 2. The assault team is not exposed. There's no cover involved here, and I think I'm just going to keep out of that for now. We left these foxholes behind. The paralysed team's left behind. That cost me 2 actions. I've got 3 left. Now, a couple of things happen. This comes away. We do not reopen fire on that. Pretty sure that's right. Small arms come off. we move back to no contact because there's no contact, Grant. Yeah. So we're back to no contact. So any potential Bs are going to be automatic. Maybe we should just go for one. Nah, just go for them both. This is second last round, Grant. And you're going to get... This one's going to get into cover. How are we going... yeah, we're going to bring the first sergeant across. And maybe even the machine gun as well. Just to... Well, no, the machine gun's better on the hill, isn't it? Yeah, machine gun's better on the hill, Grant. Sorry, am I showing you any of that? Thoughts? No. I zoomed in a little bit. Yeah, I'm talking about getting this guy up under the trenches. How am I getting him there? First sergeant's going to come across and give him an order to go there. Actually, before he does that, he's going to convert that to a fire team. And then we'll have 2 fire teams beside casualties that can move. Then again, you want to put squads together again. And we still have this squad that's been removed. So 2 fire teams could put that together again, but it would be green, which wouldn't be good. So there'd need to be assault teams. I don't think I've got the time for all that, have I? Well, no, because fire teams converted to assault teams require the platoon HQ to do it. Okay, we've been there. Right, so 3rd platoon's moved there. He still has 3 actions. So I think he's just going to use one of his actions to move the assault team, isn't he? You sure this is wise? I think so. I mean, it's going to be an automatic. I mean, if you've got them both, they'll both be automatic. You could get lucky and draw this one and then maybe get away with that one. I do only have 2 turns. I think I'm going to need the experience to patch things back up as well. I don't know if having this team back is green. You know, if bringing this back is green is beneficial to just waiting to bring it back. Yeah, well, you're only going to bring it back as green, aren't you, Grant? Whereas when it's green, if I've got it back on the map, I might be able to upgrade it to line again, you know, while it might be harder to do that. In fact, am I not right in saying that if I've got to put replacements to bring a squad back, I don't think I can then upgrade it right away? I might be wrong with that. Right, I'm away thinking of other things, am I? So we're going to spend one more command, taking him down to 2, 3rd platoon, to move this assault team into here. And obviously he's going to be exposed, which is the not so good part. Yeah. We've got 2 commands left, but I think we're just going to save them. Yeah, I'm just going to save them. So now we move on to 1st platoon, is that? So take that off. He's got 2 saved as well, and he's undercover as well. So this is +1 -1 on the small number. And we get a 3. Good. Again, that was 2 3s. So he's getting 5 as well in total. Oh, that chit's really messed up now, actually. So 5 commands for 1st platoon, who's over here. So again, maybe we could platoon move up with him as well. And what were we going to... The fire team won't go away yet anyway. So if I order... No. I don't know if I can order this fire team to pick up this casualty. What is this? Oh, wait a minute, Grant. Would that not be better? putting that fire team into that squad. Because there's 2 line steps in that squad just now, and that would be green. I think that would be better. But then again, the replacements that you get are green. You get 6 replacement points. 1 replacement point of that means it's a line squad. So 1 replacement, 1 replacement. All these are going to become line. That's 3 steps right here, just what I can see. I think this maybe somebody else. Is it not this guy here? Is it another squad? 2-step squad. So that would be 4. However, we'd need to bring this back. I think it'd be better. Yeah. Well, we could turn this into an assault team. Just, yeah. And I could turn this into a fire team, but I can't turn it into an assault team. Because if we could put 2 assault... How do you do that again? Does that reconstitute a squad? 2 to unpinned assault or fire teams. You've got to draw cards for that one as well. It needs to be an NHQ or staff that carries it out. Obviously, the first sergeant is a better one because that's what you do the last time because he's veteran, gets an extra card draw. See, I'm pushing him across there, and maybe I want that assault team. I want 2 assault teams to try and bring that squad back. So do I need, when I do that, yeah, I mean, I just need them all together. Okay. Right, well, first platoon's activated and we've got 5 commands. So I reckon we convert this into an assault team. It's automatic. And then, how about we... move it across to here. That means you're going to ignore your casualties, aren't you? Well, hold on. Can't we take the casualty with us? Well, yeah, this is what I was asking. Maybe this is something... Right, could I look this up? I think I already asked it already. The fact this fire team... Well, let's just say it's an assault team. In fact, let's just make it an assault team right now. So I'm spending 1 command. I'm going to rally... I'm going to attempt to convert a fire team to an assault team. It needs to be the platoon HQ that carries it, that is the originator. That's what we're using. It's automatic because there's no VOF. We exchange the fire team for an assault team. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do there first. So I'm definitely wanting to do that anyway. That's an assault team on that side. That'll do. So, but he's still under the... cover marker, I think, because that's where the action all took place. We're undercover, we're like rallying things up. But now I want this assault team to pick up this casualty. I feel like I'm undercover and the casualty's not. I feel like I need to come out of the cover to do it. Then I'm exposed. Well, not only am I exposed, I'm not in communication with my platoon HQ because I moved out of the cover and he's still under the cover. So you can see my dilemma there. Maybe a question again brewing. Yeah, I think I've got another couple of questions here. One is... well, whenever you detach a team or rally a team, I think that's a daft question. I don't think you need to ask that, Grant. Maybe the detach part. And what I'm meaning is, if I want to, right now, detach an assault team out of this 2-1 platoon, it just says it goes on the card. Now, we're doing it under this cover. I'm assuming that the assault team then gets placed under the cover beside you. I don't think I need to ask that question, do I? Even with a detached team? I think it's just common sense, that's what happens. I think this question is slightly more valid. Is this casualty considered... I mean, if I want to pick this casualty up, can I? If I'm undercover and it's not. I mean, maybe casualties can reside undercover. Right, okay. I'm going to go and look up a few things and maybe ask some things. Right, I'm just looking for things, but I've come across a mistake that I made a while back. Again, it seems like when these mistakes happen, they're not really fixable without, I don't know, doing whatever. We lost the platoon HQ. He got hit, he got a casualty, it was 1st Platoon HQ. When that happened, he has a radio, and there was a chance that radio would have been destroyed. Not only that, yeah, that's actually kind of a big mistake. There's a 1 in 2 chance the radio gets destroyed. So my guess is you draw. I don't know. Is there a condition in that? Well, why find it in the rules? What am I looking? I'm looking on the computer here. Hang on. Page 30. It's not really relevant to what we're doing just now, but it's a mistake, and I've done it. And just looking at the previous, yeah, it's under radios actually. I had been searching for casualty, and this came up. This is one of the highlights came up. It says if the last or only step of a unit with a radio becomes a casualty. Now we had a 1-step platoon HQ that became a casualty, and he's got a radio. There is a 1 in 2 chance that its radio will be destroyed. If the radio is destroyed, remove it from play. Otherwise, place the radio marker on the map. You can have another unit pick it up and use it if commands to do so. Well, I mean, 2 mistakes here really. I didn't check to see if it was destroyed to start with. And I did not drop it if it wasn't destroyed to be picked up later. I mean, I do have a half-hearted solution to this, I suppose. I could remove his radio from play. But I don't know, I can't remember how far back that happened. Because when I reconstituted the 1st Platoon HQ, I brought him back, and well, mind you, he drew under an initiative, didn't he? So that might have been alright. You know what, we might have... It's possible that I might get away with that, because he's been undercover recently. Excuse me, wait a minute. Yeah, I remember it happening. I don't know how long ago it was it happened, and we reconstituted. I remember just uploading these videos just now. My guess is this one's out there, so somebody is probably going to comment on it, saying that we didn't check for his radio. So what I'm going to do is assume that his radio did not was destroyed, and I'm going to take it away from him. So now he's going to have to act on initiative. He does not have a radio. That's about the best I can do. And the thing is, he's been acting under initiative there. I know he acted under initiative when we first brought him back in. I remember that. But there is a possibility that was a long time ago, and my CEO HQ may have activated him. Oh, hold on here. He could still activate him if he's visual verbal, can't he? Okay. But there is a chance that I might have assumed he had a radio because I made that blunder, and been able to think I could communicate with him and activate him. So I might have blundered there. Yeah, I know. More. There's more. Okay, and I don't know about it says 1 in 2 chance its radio will be destroyed. My guess is you draw a D2 and decide which one, or maybe there's a bit that... Yeah, I don't know. I'll look more into that if we happen to need to do that again. But yeah, but that was a blunder that I never thought about. I don't think I'm going to go and ask this question after all. I think it's right that there was one little bit that I noticed when I should have kept that up then. It talked about a casualty being on the same car. No, actually, hang on. I'm going to get that word in. Hang on. Yeah, it was a word in here, and I mean, why should casualties not be either undercover or not? I guess you can't do nothing with them. You can't rally them, but you can pick them up. So they are going to be on a bit of a car now. I'm wondering if, see, it could be possible that they could have become casualties, and I should have left them under the colour marker. I'm not sure if that has happened at all or not. But I'd like to talk about it here, and hopefully Andrew or the likes would maybe straighten me out if I'm getting it wrong. And the wording that got me was here, and it's talking about retreating any unpinned, non-exposed litter team plus a casualty under VOF marker 1 card according to the priorities above. The litter team will automatically pick up the casualty if they are in the same area of the card, which that part there suggests clearly that the litter team could be in a different area of the card from the casualty, which means the litter team could be undercover and the casualty is not, so he's not going to be able to automatically pick up, and vice versa even. So it could be that the casualty is under the cover and the litter team is not. So yeah, I mean, it's I guess, why am I having trouble with that? I guess it's because it's going to cause more trouble here to try and do it. So, right, where are you, Grant? Oh, hang on. I'm getting lost. I've got 4 commands left for 1st Platoon HQ, still there. Well, yeah, we've done the assault team. So, I think with that, we're going to ignore this casualty because it's too much bother for me to, there's a paralysed team here. We need a Platoon HQ for that. What I'm trying to do is get 2 assault teams together. Hang on, what if I get maybe not. What if I got an assault team and a fire team? It would be green, wouldn't it? I think of it, if I look for that thing, wherever it is, 1 green step and 1 line step is going to be green, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely. I'm not even going to look at that. So I need 2 line steps, so I need 2 assault teams. But we did say we were going to... well, the 1st sergeant could maybe do something over there, because there's still... we could send a squad up. I can't... There's no other... There's a fire team down here as well. And to be honest, the 1st sergeant could convert that into an assault team. No, he can't. That's the one he can't do, isn't it? Yeah. Well, assuming that's right, so that's kind of yuck. Right, I'm going to give an order for this assault team to move across here then, I think, towards that. Because if I can get that in there, I don't think I'm going to have the time to do it, am I? No, you're not, Grant. You've only got 1 more turn after this. So you better be sure about what you're doing. Well, no, you could maybe. No, not really. If he can move across to there this turn, and if he can move across to here next turn, then we can... Well, we're going to go across there and bring that guy back. That means we're not going up to there, though, unless we send somebody else up to there. Like a squad. That's risky, though, isn't it? And I can't break these squads down anymore. That squad's reduced, that squad's reduced. That's the first sergeant. Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. We've got a water team here as well, who the first sergeant was going to convert to a fire team. Next turn, that sends that back to an assault team. We have then this assault team moves across. We have then 2 assault teams in here. Get somebody to put it together. That might still work. Right, okay. We will spend that second point, so he's down to 3. And we will... I'm just going to have to ignore the casualties. Maybe the COHQ can move on to one of these casualty cars and create a casualty collection point. Because I was moving him from cover. Yeah, so I mean, he'd have to move outside cover, pick this guy up. He's then going to be exposed. Nah. I'm just moving him across to there. Let me know if I'm getting some of that wrong. I think about picking casualties up. It does seem like they still could be undercover or not. You know, I've been putting them down at the corner of the card here saying that, right, there's nothing they could do, but they still need to be picked up. So there's different places on the card, so you need to watch that in future, Grant. So assault team moves across there. First platoon still got 3 commands left, and is it going to... Yeah, right, now we've said he doesn't have a radio anymore. That's fine, okay. So if he does... Yeah, I'm gonna move the COHQ up into here though anyway, I think. So that it can communicate with these 2 and the XO. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to platoon move these first platoon into this card. Well, am I not better putting them under the cover then? Is that part of first platoon? Yeah, it is. I think I am, haven't I? Because they're not going to be able to communicate with the COHQ anyway because they've no radio. So they're always going to be, well, I say always, there's only one more turn after this, going to act under the initiative anyway, and they're going to be undercover. So, makes sense, Grant? Yes, okay. I'm going to use 2 commands. He's got 1 left, and I'm maybe not finished. I don't know. We're going to platoon move under this cover marker here, the trenches in the Orchard Grove. So I'll get that sorted. Right, so I moved, we left behind the XO who was under the cover marker as well. Now, I'm not sure this is working, because what I've got here, I'm trying to create something that's a bit too much, I think. So we've got our first platoon, it's exposed, it's under the trenches, but also under the trenches is this squad, which isn't exposed, but is pinned under the trenches. And I think I might be just pushing that a little bit too far. Yeah. Well, hopefully I can I've got the trenches sort of balancing between the 2. Yeah, I think I'll get that. Thing is, the exposed marker's going to come off soon, and then they'll all be under the trenches. So I had 1 command left, and my thought was to maybe, well, that pin marker's going to come off, Grant. And to be honest, no. But then what are you going to do with first platoon? Is there anything else you can do? No, maybe I should have. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just save that last command. There's no point unpinning this guy. I don't think. No, that's fine. I'll just save that last command. So that was initiative. So now we've got the CO initiative. Right, the first sergeant is going to be doing stuff. However, I'm at almost an hour here. Again. So, and the COXO, probably not going to do anything. But you know what? I think I'll maybe just cut the part though. Zoom out a bit, Grant. So we've got, we've done everything. All these have been activated. We've got the CO, XO, and the first sergeant to carry out the initiative. They're going to get a command each, and then be able to do it. But it's just, I'll leave it there and cut the video, and I'll put a phase marker on the CO staff impulse. That's where I'm at, and yeah, we'll come back, finish part 9, and then move on to the final. Sorry, finish turn 9, and then move on to the final turn. Hopefully, that's just an hour gone by. Didn't get any reply. Yeah, annoyed at that mistake. Another one, I know. There's always things in these games going to catch you out. Yeah, so I'll leave it there, and we'll come back to finish that turn. So yeah, we're still sitting. Yeah, but we still have general initiative. Yeah, we've got the first sergeant. The first sergeant can do quite a bit. He's got 4 commands saved. No, he's only going to get 1, isn't he? Yeah, it's a pity we weren't able to activate him, and then because I think he could have done a bunch of stuff, right? But anyway, okay, right. I'll get this copied across, and I'll probably need to take a bit of a break for now, but still can see myself finishing this mission maybe tonight. Maybe we'll see. Okay, back soon. Cheers.